Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, another hair mask video, and I love these are secretly my favourite videos to film. And today we have a Herbal Essence Hello Hydrate hair mask. This was on offer recently in Superdrug and I decided to pick it up because Herbal Essence typically is a really affordable hair care line, and my channel, I really want to make sure that there is something for everyone. I have the high-end products to try, the ones that everyone raves about, the viral ones, but also what is there in an affordable space that works really well. So hopefully I'm here to answer those questions for you and share with you my recommendations from if you're trying to up your hair care, be more mindful but your budget is low. I'm here to help, and so that's where this guy comes in. So this looks like it's gonna have kind of coconut infused ingredients, which I love, especially coconut oil as well. For me, is a product that it's so affordable, so accessible, but works wonders on my hair and really helps to hydrate. So that already is something that I really do enjoy. This is claiming that it's a deep conditioning formula, moisturized to help luscious locks. It's got a coconut breeze scent. It's gonna nourish hair and also help it smell as good as it feels. So I typically don't normally get many hair masks that last scent wise. So let's see if that's the case. Looking at the ingredient list here though, they've branded it very kind of coconutty. Looking at the ingredients, and I probably should have checked this before I started the video, but we're here to learn together. There's no actual coconut oil in the ingredients. In fact, there's no coconut product at all. There is just fragrance. So I think this is purely a fragrance product, not a coconut infused product. So that is where you have to be really careful with marketing, and especially from an affordable point of view, checking the ingredients and just coming to know the ingredients that you're looking for. This also does have silicones within the formula as well, if that's something that you tend to avoid. This does have that present, and there is sulfate as well. This is claiming that you can rinse it off like a hair mask, or you can leave it on as a leave-on product too. So sounds like it's a diverse product, but a little bit disappointed there with the lack of actual coconut in the ingredients, but hey ho. And then smell wise, I mean, it's not very coconutty. What does that, it smells really familiar, but it doesn't smell like coconuts. I don't know how to describe it, and I know you all hate it when I can't. It just smells like, you know, like a candle that says it's called Fluffy Towels or something like that. That's what it smells like, where it's probably a coconut toned fragrance, as in like there's a note of coconut in there, but this smells more fresh and kind of, yeah, like that cleany, cottony smell versus coconutty. So again, whether that is true or not, but the fact that this is branded so heavily as this like coconut thing, A, I would have expected it in the ingredients, and two, I probably would have expected the smell to be slightly more authentic of coconuts. But yeah, there we are. Let's try it out. Not the best start, but I'm still curious to try it out. Let's see how it performs on my hair. My hair, I've put it up today actually, which I should probably show you what we're working with. To start with, I've definitely started to gravitate more towards like a low buns. I was always like a high bun gal, but I find that my hair just doesn't like tangle and stuff in a low bun as much as possible. But yeah, my hair could definitely do with some hydration today. It's not looking its worst. I've been really like making sure I prioritize my hair care as always over the last couple of weeks. So this is about 4-5 days not been washed, so it's not its freshest but also not looking its worst. I've definitely started videos in, you know, my hair's looked worse. I've definitely looked more haggard in the past. There's definitely some, you know, a little bit of shine that's still present from products I've used before. Let's see how this performs. But yeah, very strange, isn't it, when products market themselves in one way and the actuality is a bit different. You'd think someone in the business would be like, this isn't quite what we're saying, but yeah, anyway. Okay, so my hair is now shampooed and ready to apply the hair mask. I'm just gonna put my dressing gown on for this bit, because with my hair being wet, it's making me really cold. So I'm just gonna sit here and pretend that we're all at kind of a sleepover and just chilling together. But it's so cold. And I also say this is my dressing gown. It's not, it's my husband's dressing gown, but he's long-term loaned it for me. Yeah, let's just get my hair out, that's better. Yeah, let's apply the hair mask. One thing I am just gonna do quickly beforehand is just get any kind of excess water out, just to towel dry a little bit more before we go ahead and apply. Okay, that's slightly better. Now let's get this coconutty hair mask. God, it's so weird. Smell. And the consistency, again, it's quite conditioner-like. It's not, you know, there's a little bit of thickness, but as you kind of work it in, it kind of disappears almost into nothing. But because it's such a lightweight formula, you do find that, especially for affordable hair masks, then they can kind of vary with either being really kind of thick and hydrating, so ones like Cantu and Vici, and lots of brands do some really big heavy ones. Sheer Moisture, for example, do really like thick and creamy and just really hydrating hair masks, whereas like Herbal Essence, like Aussie, Tresemme, a lot of theirs do verge on the slightly more lightweight side of things. But again, if you have fine hair, maybe you don't want something that is too heavy in your hair. So it's all down to preferences of the user, but there are so many options kind of from the drugstore, which is what I just love so much, kind of being a hair care enthusiast, is that I've really watched the market develop over the last couple of years, where before, kind of getting hair masks from even Superdrug, when I used to buy them before I would make content, like there just wasn't that many options, and the options that I felt promised a lot were typically a lot more expensive. Whereas these days there are just so many options and choices, which is why when I pick out and I'm picky about the ingredients and things and the way that a product has been marketed, is that there are so many really affordable brands. I use Garnier as an example, is that they're very clear about the ingredients that they put in, and it's not just about the marketing of the product. Like, this is coming from someone that works in marketing. Like, I get how it works, I get how you attract consumers and things like that. Like, trust me, professionally I understand that, but I think we're just very much in an age where product transparency is really important. And so when you are marketing something like this as coconutty, but there's no actual components of coconut in the product, it just feels a little bit more disingenuous than if you were to just do it like normally, essentially. And that just annoys me in this day and age, because people are becoming more educated to that, not just creators, but people that are shopping, and you know, brands are being a lot more transparent. So when you see things like this, it just feels, yeah, I'm just not used to brands being like this, so that's why I'm pointing it out as I've seen it.
Promise.
This is how much my hair sticks to it all the time. That's how much I've had to use if my camera's picking that up very well. So I've kind of scooped it out and applied enough to really hydrate my hair. And the fact that this can be a leave-in, I think, is a testament to the fact that they've made it purposefully not too thick, because you can apply a little bit and probably have it as a leave-in conditioner, and it would be slightly more durable than probably a hair mask, because hair masks typically are that little bit thicker. So when it's a hybrid product, the consistency does make sense. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this on now for 30 minutes. I always do a check-in just before I go to wash it out, just to see how it's sat on my hair, how it's dried, see how the consistency has changed at all in that time. If that's something that's more I share out of curiosity, but if this is something that you want to avoid and make sure your hair is staying that, just twist your hair, put it up in a claw clip or put it in a bun or something, just so that your hair kind of keeps in place and it keeps really hydrated, you know, without the opportunity for drying. But I do this just to see how consistencies do change over 30 minutes. But if you can leave a hair mask on for even longer, definitely do so. The more you leave a hair mask on, the better the result you're gonna get. But that's all from me at this point in time. I'll be back in 30 minutes and let's see kind of what the hair mask looks like then. So 30 minutes has been and gone, and there's a few areas where it's drying out. Do excuse the fact there are renovations going in our neighbour's house, and so if you do hear building work, yay. But yeah, there are a few areas, especially here, where like this area weirdly is drying a little bit more than others, but generally this has actually stayed quite similar to how I applied it. First of all, like, it's not kind of drying down into clumps at all. It feels as it should at this point in time. The smell is almost completely gone from my hair as well, which is really weird. And I think that's probably just a testament to the fact that this has like a perfume added. And so again, if you put a perfume on your skin, for example, some perfumes, if they are not hugely great in quality, can kind of disappear after 30 minutes. So weirdly for me, this smells unscented at this point, which no hair masks really do. There's normally always a consistency smell with it, but that's completely disappeared, which is really, really strange. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far. So I'm just going to go off, wash this out, follow it with a conditioner, dry my hair, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. I obviously haven't been impressed so far with kind of the product and the way it's applied and things like that, but I'm really curious to see what the end result is, because obviously if that has redeemed itself, then I will spin this video. I haven't already made up my mind, but yeah, I obviously am here to review the good, the bad and the ugly of hair care. And so if I see something that I don't love, or I think brands are taking a few shortcuts with, then I will just call it out. But yeah, that's kind of where things are at for now. Let's see what the results are looking like and see if this hair mask can redeem itself. Okay, so I have finished washing my hair, dried it out with this hair mask, and there's good and bad points. So let's start with the good. It does actually feel quite nice. Like the softness of my hair, it's definitely evident I've used a hair mask over not using a hair mask. So there's definitely hydration that this has helped to provide. And so it's not something that I'll therefore just waste. You know, I will make sure that I use this, and even if it's on like my kids' hair, just to give it a little bit more hydration. My eldest has quite curly hair, so it's always good to give her a little bit more of an intense like hair wash versus like my youngest, for example. So for that reason, it does feel quite soft. And I would also say it's not the sleekest my hair's ever looked, but it definitely looks still quite nice. You know, there is a fair amount of shine to it, which is a good sign, you know, like that's what a hair mask is there to do. And so I'm not as mad at this product with the results versus having used it. I'm still obviously disappointed for all of the reasons that I've explained. I think it's okay for us to expect a little bit more out of a product, so I stand by everything that I have said. It says that your hair will smell as good as it feels. Again, it's unscented. Like, it lost its scent pretty quickly after I applied it, so that I don't agree with. However, you know, like, it's done okay. I wouldn't recommend it for you all to run out and get it. I feel that there's no real love lost in terms of I didn't spend a lot of money on this. It's not my favourite. There isn't the ingredients that are proving to really help your hair. This is just a concoction of basically conditioning agents to really help your hair's, you know, moisture and hydration, which is a positive thing, but we just, you know, we can expect more. I think if this had had coconut oil within the formula, we would have had a much more intense finish, and I think that would have been a much more positive outcome. So yeah, it's okay. You know, not every video that I film is amazing. It's not the best results ever, but that's okay. You know, that's why I'm here to share with you my recommendations and the things I don't. Equally, yes, this is really affordable, but it's still money that you should maybe just direct somewhere else. Like, I wouldn't recommend this. And actually, generally, when it comes to like Herbal Essence as a brand, I don't think, you know, when I think of them, I don't think of any standout products that I would recommend as an alternative. Instead, check out products like Garnier, where there is that transparency. There are the ingredients, the natural ingredients, the great ingredients that still sit at the same price point. So for me, not my favourite, but it was great to try it. We're here to try everything and anything. If there are any products that you'd like me to try, whether that's really affordable or more expensive, let me know down below. I love getting your recommendations, and truly I try as much as I possibly can. I have a list. Every time someone recommends something new, I add it to my list. So when I shop for products, I have things to go off. So please leave them down below. And if I haven't yet got to a product that you recommended before, give me a nudge down below, but equally be rest assured that it is added to that list. But there are so many products on there that, you know, I do fund my channel myself, so it has to, you know, when I try and do the orders, I try and be a little bit selective of getting a bit of a mix of everything. So yes, that is where we are leaving today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as possible. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you tried this product out? What were your thoughts? But that's all from me today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.